How did you and ASAP Yams hook up?
Fucking around with Fredo. When Sosa tried fake sign, when Chief Keef was talking about fake signing, I went to Chicago.
Wait, Chief Keef wanted to fake sign you?
Like, all these niggas, I call it a fake sign because ain't nobody sign me.
Okay, so Chief Keef reached out to you?
Yeah. I've been on Sosa, though.
Yeah.
But then when I was, like, going crazy, and Sosa was like, man, I'm trying to sign you, Holmes. I'm trying to put some money behind you and shit. So I went out to Chicago to see what they were talking about.
Okay.
And then Fredo picked me up, though. And I was with Fredo, like, the first few days type shit. I was with Fredo so much, like, that Sosa had to call me, like, boy, the fuck you with Fredo? You with Savage Squad. He was down bad type shit. Like, I was with Fredo the whole time. And, like, the first day we was out, that first day I landed, Wiz Khalifa was on tour with Juicy J and all them. The Up in Smoke tour, one of them motherfuckers with Live Nation. Or some shit.
Up in Smoke was something else. That was
like
Dr.
one
Dre.
of his smoking weed, he all
Smokers
weed,
Club,
whatever,
yeah.
fuck, all that smoking shit. So it was one of them joints, Live Nation joint, and we everybody was backstage. It was like Bari, ASAP Bari was backstage. Bari, Twister walked up to me that night, passed me a backwood, like, bro, I fuck with you. He walked up to me, his little Dirk, Reese, all these niggas on stage and shit. He walked up to me like, man, fuck. I'm looking back like, you talking to me, huh? Like, I ain't even know this nigga knew me, bro. Like fuck is you, what?
Yeah, Twister's dope, man. Me and him go back.
Yeah, I fuck with Slim. And then Bari, it was Bari, though. Bari put Yams on me, though. ASAP Bari. He put all them niggas on me. And then Yams just, like, took to me more. You know what I mean? Bari more of a, like, fad type, like, oh, this cool right now. All right, this cool right now. This cool right now. You know what I mean? Yams like, oh, I fuck with you, shawty. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yams was up on a lot of people early. People don't realize how many people he was connected to outside of just ASAP Mob. Like he was fucking with everyone, like LA rappers.
Nah, I about to say he's another legend too, as far as Gucci say, because it's like a lot of people that Yams touched became people too. You know what I mean? 100%. A lot of people that he fucked with. But the thing with Yams that differentiates him from everybody that I just named is, like, he was doing shit to help them motherfuckers get to another level instead of just, like, you know what I mean? Like, Gucci was doing shit too, but I'm talking about, like, Yams would actually put effort into you. You know what I mean? Like a special ed teacher. You know what I mean? Like, there's a teacher, but there's the teacher's assistant that's gonna sit there and help you type shit. You know what I mean?
Like after you met Fredo and y'all kicked it out in Chicago.
Nah, I been on Fredo.
So you continued that relationship and kept close to him?
I had been on them.
Oh, before he picked you up.
I been knew these niggas, bro. These niggas, when Sosa first started popping, when he was still on house arrest, he was on a box and he was doing songs with Jeezy and Riff Raff and they was all at their grandmother's house. When he first got off the box, the first state that he went to, the first place he went to was D.C. Actually, maybe it was the first, because he then went to New York after that. First place he went to was D.C. He came to D.C. He was fucking with us. I've been on them niggas.
So
check the Gleesh Chronicles. Gleesh Chronicles, Part 1, Part 2. Starring all my Gleeshes, you know what I'm saying? Big Gleechy, you know what I'm saying? Shit bad shawty himself. You know what I mean? I gave a bunch of people the Gleesh name type shit. I gave him Social Gleesh way back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, yeah.
How many Gleeshes are there?
It's me. I'm the Gleesh guy. You know what I mean?
There's
1,000 Gleeshes out here that I done.
So you crowned the other Gleeshes.
I crowned all the Gleeshes, bro. Like, you see the Twitter, like, 2 years ago, my manager had scrolled through all the Gleesh names and pages on Instagram and Twitter, and bro, it was longer than an Instagram post could post type shit. Like, and we was fasting that joint. It was like, just the name, bro. There was so many fucking Gleeshes. I'm like, bro, you know how hard it was to get my name out there first, and then I just
Yep.
That's cool though.
When you being close to Fredo, when he had that first medical situation, were you in touch with him during that time?
Man, he was ashamed. Like, he didn't want to fuck with. He didn't want to talk to niggas. Like, you get hit. Like, I know my man. He was like, cause he knew what niggas was going to say. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. It was like.
Well, he had kidney and liver failure, right?
I don't know what he had. Like, yeah, he had something, bro. But I just know, bro. Then, bro, it's like I ain't never cared when you see an old person not want to use a wheelchair. I like, you old, you might as well get a wheelchair type shit. You know what I mean? And they like, nah, I'm better. You know what I mean? A nigga got pride. Nigga need to be strong. It's like, what was that president that couldn't walk?
FDR. I think
FDR, right? It's like that. Like they facaded that shit the whole time. It's like that.
I mean, Kennedy had all types of. He couldn't stand up straight either. He had like a metal thing in his back when he got shot. That's like, why he got killed.
It's like that, bro. He ain't want to believe that shit. Like he was like always say. He just kept saying like, "Why me, Mo? Like why me? Like why me?" Why? Like he just didn't want to talk to nigga because nigga he knew what niggas would say every time they see him. Like, bro, why is you know what I mean? You need to relax.
Well, at one point, Russ had said some stuff about drug use, and Fredo responded.
I'm only smiling because I want niggas to leave Russ alone. I ain't smiling because nothing else, but I just Fredo wasn't like mad at that nigga Russ.
Well, he said until I could stop thinking about my dead homies and the trauma that I've been through in my life, that's when I'll stop.
That's real shit. That's the thing. You know what we did, bro. Our lifestyle and like you know what I mean, like Chicago, like DC niggas put a couple cities on our pedestal with us. Like other niggas can't bang with us type shit. But there's only a few cities that we'll put respect to, like that can handle the shit we'll bring to the table type shit. Chicago, one of them and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, bro. That nigga, that's my man, bro.
When you heard the news about him passing, how'd you react to it?
I was there. I went to his house and see that shit, see that man. I ain't.
All right, because you were living out here and he was living in LA too.
Yeah, I ain't even believe that shit. You know what I mean?
And he just had a baby.
Yeah,
just
baby
his first baby, right?
Yeah, baby legend.
He had his first baby. Well, he was talking about going to rehab. I don't know if it actually happened or not. And then that happened. It didn't seem.
It was already he had a diet, the nutrition, and he changed his diet and all that shit was already. Like fuck them over. It was already over. Like his shit, like it wasn't over, but like the damage was already there. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to Baby Legend. He just had the baby. Yeah. But I want to say, I want the world to leave Russ alone, man. For real. Like, the next nigga say something about Russ, gotta see me. Some real shit, like for real, like. Cause that man he ain't had no problem with Russ. Like that shit went, like he said what he said and he meant what he said. Like,
yeah,
a nigga, our lifestyle, we go through so much. These kids, I hear about kids have them school shootings and shit, and then motherfuckers be needing therapy. We was getting shot at every week. Nigga like me and Fredo, that's the drugs we need to cope, to just be sane and, you know what I mean?
Right, but you said you don't really fuck with a lot of that.
Nah, I'm talking about weed. Holmes.
Right, but we don't really mess up your body like that.
Nah, we don't.
You know,
I used to drink too.
Drinking good too.
I used to drink. You know what I'm saying? And I used to do shit. Like I said, I did shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but doing ecstasy every so often. That
really so often. It was like a period of this shit when I was doing it, and then I got over it.
Okay.
But at the same time, why ask yourself, why am I doing this shit?
To escape.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I doing so many joints for a period of time? You see what I'm saying? It was no therapy for niggas like me and Fredo. You know what I mean? There was nobody who cared and listened to the stories and the shit, the demons and the nightmares that a nigga really got. You know what I mean? So nigga really gotta find a way to cope so we could keep it in our head and sane and stay sane at the same time or appear sane to the world. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Fredo was one of these interesting characters that kind of was respected by everybody across the board. Like when he died, even, people that were quote unquote his enemies, you know what I'm saying? Like not personally, but based on his affiliation, spoke highly of him. Fact. He never chased clout. Nah. He never trolled or did anything. He just kind of stayed.
The nigga FBG Duck shot him up.
Yeah,
real nigga shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like he stayed to himself.
Yeah.
He didn't, he didn't do a bunch of extra shit, and it seemed like next to Chief Keef, he was probably the most known dude out of that. You know what I'm saying? That whole clique, easy.
Yeah, he was the nigga that niggas could get to, and he was the nigga that put himself like he always said he ain't like being alone type shit. Like that was his fear. Like he always was in the house with people. He was always with somebody. He never was like, you know what I mean. And that's like, that shit crazy, bro. That shit deep. The people, his family there. Rest in peace to that man, bro. Let that man. He a legend. Let's just keep. I want everybody to just keep saying his name. Like just keep saying his name. I don't want to talk about how he died or shit like that. You know what I mean? That's in his legacy. But I want to foreshadow because niggas so quick to forget everything nowadays. It's so easy to forget everything and then leave off on the last thing that you heard. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah.
And forget everything else that a nigga had done in life. Type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, rest in peace.
Facts. Rest in peace to that legend, bro. He really, that nigga was a real nigga, bro. That's another nigga who really fucking with niggas, bro. Like he was really fucking with niggas. Like. All my bridges gone. Like all my niggas that was really there for a nigga, they not there no more. You know what I mean? That shit crazy.